lines are drawn, just one Class A7 runner makes it into the top 8. While the class positions reflect the promise of high drama still to come, Claudio Piazzamuso and Janine Labaskachny are emerging as the surprise early leaders in Class N3. He continues, and 8 mark jumps, 15 gates to negotiate, and a straight 3.4 kilometers are some of the obstacles waiting for the remaining 39 competitors over 20.5 kilometers of special stage 2. One of the closest contests in SA rallying is found in Class N3, where 4 teams in absolutely equal Toyota Run X's give their all to find an extra tenth of a second here and there.
The 4 of us, I'm sure, are going to do our best today.
Definitely, we're all going to be going alpha leather today.
Williams is back in the picture again, so for the last 3 events it's really going to be who gets it to the end and in the highest position as possible.
We're still a little bit behind in the championship, so you know, it's all or nothing for us. We can just go out there and go flat out from the start, you know.
If you commit yourself, you're in all the way. You're either in or you're out.
We're only 6 points ahead of Chris, so there's nothing in it. We've got to really, you know, we've got to win basically, and we've got to just look after our championship.
We still got an outside chance, you know, but we've got to try and win at least 2 out of the last 3, you know. So it's going to be tough, but we're going to give it our best.
And it's a rally that nobody knows, so it's going to be very interesting. We hear it's very fast, lots of jumps.
You know, it evens it out, you know, not having a lot of experience, you know, against the guys like Chris and Versaki that have been around for a long time, have got experience. We'll see today, you know.
These cars can get going on these straights. I think we're going to probably be doing about 200 k's an hour, so it's going to be scary.
Enzo Keen blasted his BP Polo to another fastest time in stage 2, committed as only youthful exuberance can be. As the Polo screams along the narrow road, the car is nudging 170 kilometers, slowing to 100 for the bend in the road up ahead. Notice just how close those fence posts are. It's hard on the throttle back up to the stratospheric speeds to the end of the stage. Serge Damso is clearly not having an easy time. The Castor Toyota's motor distinctly off song. The champion in trouble, only 6th fastest and dropping 16 seconds. Habich, on the other hand, anxious not to let his teammate get too far ahead at this early stage, and with the prospect of service at the end of the stage to fix anything that may break, opens the Polo's taps to set an identical time. With nearly a quarter of the mileage already run, still just 1 second separates first and second places. It's tight at the top. Lawrence is relieved to still be in the rally after his season so far, but drops to 7th overall in his quest to finish the rally and get his points ticking over on the scoreboard. John and Douglas Williams win the N3 fight in stage 2, the Gajima AST Toyota Run-X bouncing off the rev limiter as the car nudges 185 k's an hour. They now lead the class overall by 3 seconds. The championship leader Rodney Versaki and Carolyn Swan are a second shy in their Total Run X. It's Piazzamuso and Labaskachny who take up the early challenge in their Sasol Run X that threatens the Williams' lead, hovering 3 seconds back after 2 stages. Chris de Wit and Patrick Yende had their Total Run X flying along ahead of Versaki on overall position, but they were already 15 seconds behind the blue and yellow Sasol car. And what of the N2 runners?
I prefer forest stages, which are more mid-speed but flowing stages. The Cape Town guys love these stages because that's what they do down there, fast, open stuff.
Never been anywhere close to mountains before in my life. This is a flat ground, so it's all new to me. From what we believe, it's very, very fast. The roads itself are all new. They seem to be high-speed roads. You see the straights go on forever, and just by the route schedules. I mean, some instructions are like 5 k's in between instructions. But the problem with the little 1600 is to keep it on the boil the whole time, because we lose a lot of power when we come up here. So, yeah, we're going to have to try hard today.
And it's been a slightly up and down season, hasn't it?
Yeah, every time we get going well, and either drive shaft brakes or gearbox brakes. But the 2 rolls, I must say, those are all my own doing.
It's big of you to admit it. The N2 action is just as fierce as any other class. Aggie Stone-Jurgstein set the fastest class time in stage 2, 7 seconds up on Costa Komatarakis and Barry White. And look at that Corolla really flying along. Wimpy restaurant manager 22-year-old Etienne de Toy and Patrick Vermaak are giving it their all as well, lying third in class ahead of the championship leader. Nathan and Hooper went off the road in stage 1, damaging their suspension and are playing catch-up as the rally progresses. In Class A5, Gugu Zulu and Llewellyn Fourie are driving away from everyone else. The long straight suiting the 1400cc fuel-injected BP Volkswagen Chico. Gary Swemmer and Peter Davison are desperately trying to hold on in their brand new Gary's Workshop Chico, but drop 13 seconds to the works car, leaving the Pretoria team 19 seconds adrift of Zulu. The best of the Toyota Taz's in Class A5 is the Sasol Taz of Kobus Roos and Irma de Plooy, but with a 1300cc carburetor motor, they're well down on power and off the pace, and can only hope reliability will get them higher up on the running order. Michael Houghton and Bryn Doherty, the A5 championship leaders, retired 3 kilometers into stage 1, crashing out at the same spot as 2 other teams, the Bosch Sasol Delight Rally Chick Subaru of Lola and Megan Verluck, and Charles Stradom and Saki Bosman's Golf. The pastoral tranquility is about to be shattered by high-powered cars as stage 3 gets underway, the spectators settling in for an afternoon of full-on entertainment. What does Jan Habig think of the new rally so far?
Yeah, it's quite challenging, but it's quite fun. Some sections are very, very fast. You know, not a lot of driving skill in that. A lot of stress on the engines in particular. And then, of course, where it's rough, it's really rough, and there's lots of boulders, about soccer ball size boulders. So one's got to be very careful of those. There's no cutting here, cutting there. That's absolutely out. So yeah, we're staying on the road as far as possible, and it's going fairly okay. But it's, one's got to be a bit careful, especially on the yumps and stuff like that. You're not quite sure how the route director saw the yumps, so you've got to first just get onto the same understanding as that he is, and then we can maybe go a bit quicker over the yumps and ruts and so on.
And why is Surge so far off the pace?
Last stage 2 wasn't too good to us. We had a misfire. So, for last 12 kilometers with a misfire, I was frustrated, but we have to see now what's wrong with it and sort it out. We only can do about 184 k's an hour, so I don't think that's worth going for 5 kilometers, over 5 kilometers. The engines will take a hell of a hammering there,
That's the section that Serge is moaning about. It was down the hill and up on the other end there, but we'll sort that out.
Almost 2 minutes sitting on the limiter. I don't think they like that too much. So maybe they must look at it, put a chicane in the middle, slow the cars down and get away, that type of thing.
As I say, we've learned a few things in the short time that we've spoken to Serge and a few of the guys here. We've learned that the straights are a little bit long at this stage, but we'll improve on that next year. We weren't sure how they want the route exactly, but we hope to improve, and as I say, we hope to see the guys back soon.
I think it's a difficult event, these roads have got no indication of which direction the road will turn, and now on top of that, the route schedule don't really guide us properly. The route schedule has very little info, and basically tells you that you're going through a gate. It doesn't tell you whether you're going left or right after that gate. So we all had a few moments, and I can see from the lines in front of me that my competitors were also very busy finding the road again. But that's the challenges is equal for all of us.
Damso drops another 19 seconds to Keen over the 22.8 kilometer third stage. While Habig continues to keep the lanky driver in his sights, setting the second fastest time again, some 4 seconds slower than the number 3 Polo. Lawrence is gaining confidence in his car with his cautious approach, not intent on fighting for the lead, claiming the 8th fastest time, while Keen now has a 5-second cushion over the chasing pack. Visser du Plessis is the top Subaru in 11th place, the Metmeister Sassel Delight Impreza pairing taking some time to get to understand each other. Richard Bem and Grant Sinclair are happy with 7th for the moment after a string of non-finishes, but it's Jaapie van Niekerk and Greg Godridge out in front of the production car masses, going like the proverbial bullet. After winning Class A7 in stages 1 and 2, Wilken and Houghton drop 11 seconds to Fecken and Arries, still beset by gearbox worries, Wilken nursing the car. This is the Pretoria driver's first year in Class A7 and only his third full championship season after a distinguished track racing career. Adrian Karth and Rikus Fourie boast one finish this year in their ex-Works Net Connect Volkswagen Golf and set the 4th best class time. This is the same car driven by Enzo Keen in the first 2 rallies of the season. JP Damso and Kobus Frey bent a tie rod in this stage, but only drop 8 seconds to Fecken. With no service allowed after this stage, they will have to run stage 4 as well and are set to lose touch with the class leaders. Grobler and Mike Burrows, driving their ex-Works Sassel Delight Volkswagen Golf, have finished every rally since they got their new car in time for the second round of the championship and lie 3rd in class points. With the smell of another win in his nostrils, Fecken ups the ante as he knows his main rivals both have mechanical problems. They take the class lead by a slender 1 second. Class N3, Piazza Musso has moved ahead of Williams. Versace's getting closer to the pair of them, but De Wit is in big trouble. Wilken and Bissett are about to retire the Toyota Conquest with a blown head gasket after breaking a water pipe following a very hard landing, leaving Trott only to finish to win the Class A6 title. No rivals left to race against is taking things fairly easy in spite of a pretty hefty yump. Welcome back to the Osram Rally. The winds of change are about to sweep